This is the first live streaming, excuse me, too much wine, of the Sophisticated Shut-In. I'm your host, Vuk-Pavlovic. As most of you likely know, I work at a specialty menswear shop here in Austin, Texas called Capra in Cavelli. It is March 26th, 2020. We are a handful of days into the sit-in, if you will, due to the coronavirus. These series of broadcasts are going to mostly serve a very selfish purpose. There's going to be a forum for discussion to take place of something that I hold very, very dear, which is going to work. Most of you, I'm guessing, have been to Capra and Cavelli, so you know what kind of special place it is. I love going to work. I love working there with my friends and colleagues. I miss them very much. I miss the discussions about clothing. I miss them educating me about clothing every day. I miss my other friends there, my clients, who I enjoy conversing with on just about any subject, but mostly clothing. I miss them educating me sometimes, although I take pride in educating them most of the time. So we're here to have fun, talk about clothes, and maybe at first even talk about them in context of what is going on now. This first broadcast will deal with specifically loungewear that we're going to enjoy wearing around the house while we can't really leave the house much. The next broadcast, which I hope to do on Monday the 30th, will focus on slightly elevated clothing for more extended trips outside the house. When we're doing our serious grocery shopping, our trips to the pharmacy, whatnot. As things progress, the topics will range from going through my ridiculous shoe collection. I'd like to talk about the care for different types of clothing and sportswear. Things like that. Please comment in the comments section. I am happy to answer any questions. I'm happy to partake in any kind of discussion regarding sartorial pursuits. Now, Austin in general is a casual town. We can all agree with that. And my personal tastes, they veer towards what we call clothing as opposed to sportswear. I like tailored suits, dress shirts, ties, things like that. So Austin isn't exactly the best place for me in that regard, but I'd like to make a very, what I think is an obvious distinction. Casual does not mean sloppy. And every town has this, people who don't take too much pride in how they dress. But I will say that for a city this size, Austin is maybe a little bit more in that direction than I would like it to be. Furthermore, I think that many people are taking the current situation as an excuse to be even sloppier. Hey, they don't even have to go to work. Why bother? I think this is the wrong approach. The fact is that I go out, I go get groceries, things like that, and I'm seeing people dress down even more so than usual. There is a quote that had a great impact on me. Recently it's been attributed to Tom Ford, whose movies I enjoy very much, and his fashion design somewhat. However, The first time I heard this quote, it was attributed to Coco Chanel. And it states, "Dressing well is a form of good manners." So with that in mind, before we start discussing clothing, I would like to read a very brief passage from the Debrett's Handbook, which is a British etiquette manual. If you need to know how to entertain the Queen, this is it. I'd also like to thank my good friend Russell Firestone for turning me on to it. This is from the preface, the final paragraph. "The essence of good manners is to treat other people as you would wish to be treated yourself, to show empathy so that no one feels confused, excluded, or exposed. Debrett's believes that good manners do not advertise themselves in opaque rituals and exaggerated behavior. When used with integrity, they are the unobtrusive gestures that make the world a more civilized and agreeable place." So, let's get on to clothing. I would like to discuss two manners of dress, all things considered. We are, for the most part, shut into our houses and apartments. And understandably, a lot of people are taking that opportunity to dress down into what they deem as more comfortable. Now, I'm definitely guilty of lounging around in my underwear or less when I know I'm not going to be leaving the house. But we are not going to be looking at quite that level. We're going to take a look at the two levels above. One is you're going to be in your house. You don't expect to leave, but maybe you got to walk the dog. Maybe you have to make a really quick run to the convenience store, get some milk and eggs. So you expect to be indoors all day. That is what I'm wearing now. I'm in pajamas, I'm in a robe, and I would not leave my domicile like this. I live in a high-rise, so in the parking garage, there is a designated area where we can take our puppies so they can do their business. Technically speaking, according to the bylaws of the building I live in, we are not to wear pajamas when going around the building to take our dog out, to check the mail, all that stuff. I, being the rebel that I am, do so anyway, and I justify it by accessorizing with two far more formal accessories. One, you may have guessed, is the ascot, something of which I am a big fan. And the other is formal shoes. Now, I should also say that I'm going to be talking about the detail in a lot of this clothing, whether it's the stuff here on the rack, which we are about to get to, or the stuff that I am wearing. And it won't be very evident in this video. I have uploaded a folder, an album that is named Sophisticated Shut-In with today's date, and there are pictures in there that detail a lot of the things I'll be talking about. So if you want to take a closer look, that's where you do it. So, the ascot. I'm going to guess that I'm probably the only person either in this or watching this that owns one. However, as an accessory, most of you probably have something in your closet that can double as one. There are two general types of ascot, the formal and the casual. I'm wearing a casual, such as this. The formal is a little bit more constructed. It's meant to be worn under the collar with morning dress, like if you've ever seen a British royal daytime wedding or the ascot horse races. That's when you would see a formal one. The casual one is simply 2 pieces of silk. They are sewn together, pleated towards the middle. That's the part that goes around your neck, and then simply tied over and tucked into the shirt. Right? Now, if you don't have one, the next best thing is what we technically call a neckerchief, which is a fancy word for a bandana. I'm guessing most of you have a bandana. And there are ways of folding it so that it acts like an ascot, and we will go over that in a later episode. The other accoutrement are these formal opera slippers. They are crushed velvet, and originally they were meant to take place of patent leather shoes for black tie tuxedo ensembles. Originally, they were to be worn by people who were attending an event at an opera house or a club where they were a member, or if they were hosting a party in their own home. I like to suggest it as something to wear for grooms at their own wedding, because it's a really nice, relaxed but formal look. And when are you a host at a party more so than at your own wedding? At any rate, with these 2 things tied into some pajamas, I've never had problems walking through the halls of my own building. Have I gotten some strange looks? You bet your sweet ass I did. Now, moving on to the next level here. This is all clothing one might wear if you're going to be lounging around the house, so you want to be very, very comfortable, but at the same time, you know that you will need to go get the mail, walk the dog around the block, maybe hit the convenience store real quick. It's very casual, but it doesn't have to look sloppy. First thing here is the ubiquitous T-shirt. You might not be surprised to find out that this is the only short sleeve T-shirt that I own, but I love it. It is a Supima cotton. It's very soft. It drapes really, really nicely. And it is an olive green, which to me is the other burgundy, meaning it goes with anything. You can wear it with black, you can wear it with white, you can wear it with khaki, you can wear it with navy, you can wear it with gray, etc. A T-shirt doesn't need to be ratty. If it is a nice, high-quality cotton without any crazy logos on it or whatnot, it actually reads very, very elegant, especially if it is paired with a nice pair of pants, which we'll get to momentarily. I am, generally speaking, in T-shirt land, a fan of long sleeve. Why? To me, a long sleeve shirt will by design come off as more formal than a short, despite the fact that we're merely talking about T-shirts. So this shirt is actually meant as workout wear, and the reason that I like it is that unlike most workout wear, which is polyester and feels nasty, it sticks to you when you sweat, etc., this one is roughly half cotton, half bamboo-derived modal, with just a few percentage points of lycra. Percentage points. What does that mean? It drapes much better. It doesn't stick to you when you perspire. And because of that moisture-wicking modal, it dries about twice as fast as an all-cotton shirt. So this is just a really nice way of dressing up a very, very very, very leisurely look. And again, I like long sleeves. You can push them up, and then you're still giving off a very, very casual vibe, but you don't look like every guy in cut-off jean shorts and a ratty concert t-shirt. I have a couple of pairs of pants from the same company, so the same makeup as far as materials that pair very, very nicely with it. And all of that pairs very nicely with either your regular sneaks, your actual athletic shoes, or what I like to wear it with is pool shoes. These are nice black leather, so they look a little bit dressier than your like thongs that kind of go between your toes and God knows what else. But you can check out a couple of ensembles that I've put together with this stuff in the picture album. To take it one step further, these two long sleeve t-shirts are cotton. And you won't be able to see the details very, very clearly here, but again, I've put up pictures. Both of them have some detailing along the collar. This one especially with a deep contrast. And down here on the bottom, the hem is the same way. It almost looks like you're layering shirts and just gives it a little bit dressier of a look, but it is in fact a single layer. And paired with a nice lighter gray pant, maybe those pool shoes, maybe the sneaks, you're good to go. And then finally, I'm a big fan of layering pieces. I don't like to go out in just a shirt. I like to have pockets, and I also like the way that layering looks. So here I have what would, generally speaking, be kind of either, you would call it a Barrington jacket, or if it were in a nylon, it would be kind of a windbreaker. But this one is all cotton, so it's very easy to care for. And again, we'll be going over some care tips for all manner of clothing in a later episode. But just a really nice way of dressing up a very casual look so that you don't look like a total slob. And then finally, when Anthony and I did a video stream the other day, we talked about this rain blazer. I love this thing. You can see it's still got the tag on it. I haven't bought it yet, but I plan to. This is a really, really nice casual piece, especially if it's drizzling out. Now, the only thing that it doesn't have that most rain gear does is a hood. I am not a big fan of hoods. I prefer a hat. In fact, I'm a big fan. It's fallen out of favor, but man, a beret will get you through just about anything. This is a great layering piece. You can put it over jeans, you can put it over khakis, you can put it over athletic gear. It's very, very lightweight. It gives you those extra pockets. I hate carrying keys and wallets in my pant pockets. I hate the way it bulges out. Putting that stuff in a jacket, I think, is far more elegant. And yeah, check out the album, photo album. Please comment if you have any questions about this stuff in general. Please do get at me either on Facebook, or if you're interested in specific items. This isn't really a time for shopping. This is more meant as a fun discussion of general sartorial topics. But if you do have questions about specific items, please just get at me personally. Don't muck up the Facebook page with it. I'm most easily reached via email, which is ivan@capracavelli.com. IVAN@CAPRACAVELLI. next time on Monday, exact time to be determined, we will be talking, as I mentioned, about the next step up, meaning you want to look a little bit more put together, still casual, still comfortable. Maybe you're going to the pharmacy, maybe you're going to the grocery store. Again, thank you very much for tuning in. I will see you next time. Have a great day.